Good evening, everyone. Warm welcome. I welcome you all on the Regulatory Bodies YouTube channel by Testbook. My name is Madhav Sir. I welcome you all in the next session, which we call it as Finance Current Affairs. So in this particular session, we will be discussing the Finance Current Affairs for 9th as well as 10th of October. If you are preparing for RBI Grade B examination, then I would say this is the date till which you have to cover the current affairs for your upcoming RBI Grade B examination. But obviously, you must be preparing for the other exams like SEBI Grade A, for which the short notice is out. For that particular matter, you have to cover all the current affairs, which will be important for you. ठीक है जी. So first we begin the discussion. May I have a reply in the comment section that I'm audible, visible, everything is fine, we are good to go, so that we can begin the discussion. And if you haven't shared the link of this session with your friends, quickly share the link of this session with your friends so that more and more students, they can join us live and they should know that yes, this session is live. इसके अलावा आज शाम में भी हमारा एक session at 7 PM we have a session where we will be discussing the important MCQs based on financial stability report, and I'm pretty sure you must be aware, keeping in mind the last year's data, many questions were asked last year itself from the same topic, that is financial stability report. And along with financial stability report, I have added many more other reports as well as indices related to finance, which include financial inclusion index, digital payment index, and many other. So don't miss that session. It is a must-watch session for everyone, and I'm expecting that you all will be joining this session for sure. So I guess good to go, guys. Let's start. Just give me yes sir in the comment section quickly. Okay then, here we go with the first news of the day. But before I start, if you want to download the PDF of this particular session, that will be available on our Telegram channel. You just join this Telegram channel in order to download the PDF as well as to get updates regarding all my upcoming sessions to go. So today's 7 PM session, I have already told you guys. So remember that today's 7 PM session is going to be really very important. और उससे पहले आज का ये जो finance current affairs का session है, I would not be taking very long because I want you to save your energy, which is more relevant for the 7 PM session. So let's quickly cover the finance current affairs for 9th as well as 10th of October. So सबसे पहली चीज, I hope you remember that RBI during its monetary policy meeting of 29 September to 1st of October has discussed many important regulatory measures which are going to be taken in the near future. Out of those measures, one of the announcement has been done with respect to the, I would say 3 announcements have been done with respect to the ombudsman. One is the addition of organizations which will be included under the internal ombudsman scheme. Rest 2 are the proposals for which RBI will be issuing the draft, or I would say rather RBI has already issued the draft. One draft is related to the internal ombudsman for the financial institutes, as well as along with the internal ombudsman, there is a draft which has been published by RBI for the integrated ombudsman scheme as well. For the integrated ombudsman scheme as well, as you know, drafts are not important for you guys, and I won't be discussing the drafts. So I have just taken up the actual guideline which has been done where there is an addition. These 2 drafts will be discussed once the final guidelines will be issued. Lekin, if RBI website is flooded with ombudsman scheme and there are 3 notifications, one is the guideline, 2 is the drafts, that makes ombudsman very important topic for your upcoming examinations. Keeping that in mind, I have included this particular news. So what is this news all about? अगर मैं एक लाइन में कहूँ तो न्यूज़ बड़ी सिंपल है कि सर नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स फ्रॉम October 2025, state cooperative banks as well as central cooperative banks will also be included under the integrated ombudsman scheme. News बस इतनी है, but in order to set the stage, in order to cover or give you a quick revision regarding the ombudsman, I have come up with the overview, the background, everything. So Reserve Bank of India integrated ombudsman scheme is a centralized grievance redressal mechanism for all the customers of banks and select financial entities in India. It was launched back in 2021 by Reserve Bank of India to unify previously separate ombudsman schemes, where we had a separate ombudsman scheme for banks, we had separate ombudsman scheme for NBFCs, we had separate ombudsman scheme for digital transactions. Now all these three ombudsman schemes have been combined into one, and we call it as integrated. And we call it as integrated ombudsman scheme. And in case of integrated ombudsman scheme, now not only the banks but also the NBFCs, as well as we have digital transaction related aspects, and even the credit information companies have been already included under the integrated ombudsman scheme. So what is the scheme all about? So scheme provide us with a quick resolution of customer complaints. Scheme provide us transparency in grievance redressal. Scheme provide us ease of filing complaints digitally or physically. Scheme provide us oversight of customer service standards in the regulated financial entities. So these are the areas which have been basically focused by the scheme. So under this particular scheme, RBI acts the final authority for educating complaints when the internal grievance mechanism of the regulated entity does not resolve the issue. तो सबसे पहला स्टेप क्या है सर? If you have any complaint against a regulated entity, first of all you will register your complaint with the respective regulated entity. Once you have registered your complaint with the regulated entity, then you will be waiting for their solution, and if no reply is given for 30 days or you do not accept the solution, you're not satisfied with the solution, then you can approach to the ombudsman scheme as well. As per the new ombudsman scheme, I hope you all are very well aware that RBI has now set up the one stop, or I would say a center, which is responsible for collecting the complaints from the entire country, and once the complaints are collected, then those complaints are circulated or distributed as per the regional premises, as per the regional control of a given ombudsman. So in this particular case, you need to remember that in this particular scheme, it has been introduced with the term one nation, one ombudsman, which will handle the complaints related to bank, which will handle the complaints related to CICs, which will handle the complaints related to digital payments as well as digital and payment issues, and even it will entertain the complaints related to deficiency in services provided by all these regulated entities. So the centralized receipt and processing center, which is located in Chandigarh, it's a single window intake system for all the complaints received physically or digitally. So earlier the customer had to choose the right regional office as per their jurisdiction, but now there is no need. The complaint is automatically routed to the concerned office with the help of CMS. Deputy Governor was earlier the appellate authority, but now the Executive Director, the Chairman of Consumer Education and Protection Department, will act as the appellate authority. These things you need to remember, which is very important. ठीक है, अब इसमें अगर हम बात करें, the banks include commercial banks, public sector banks, private banks, regional rural banks, even foreign banks. We have state cooperative banks, central cooperative banks, scheduled primary cooperative banks, and non-scheduled primary cooperative banks with deposit greater than or equals to 50 crores. तो यहाँ पे क्या याद रखने वाला पार्ट है? 1, 2 and 3. These are the three things which you need to remember. So newly addition किसका हुआ है? So newly state cooperative banks as well as central cooperative banks are also included under the integrated ombudsman scheme. Along with that, this was already included in the scheme, which is known as non-scheduled प्राइमरी कोऑपरेटिव बैंक विद डिपॉजिट ग्रेटर देन 50 crores. एनबीएफसी के केस में अगर मैं कहूं तो एनबीएफसी इज ऑथोराइज्ड टू एक्सेप्ट डिपॉजिट्स, are included NBFCs with customer interface, NBFCs with asset size greater than 100 crores are included under the same. But in case of NBFCs, housing finance companies are excluded under the integrated ombudsman scheme. System participants में basically we are talking about the participants in the digital payment system. They all are included, and even the credit information companies are included under the integrated ombudsman scheme. तो जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि पहले अलग था, हर एक स्कीम अलग थी, और उस स्कीम के साथ साथ आपको रिस्पेक्टिव ऑम्बुड्समैन ऑफिस को चूज करना पड़ता था अंडर विच यू फॉल इन. फॉर एग्जांपल, देयर इज अ ऑफिस इन लखनऊ एंड this office is covering, let's say, 5 districts of UP, if you are residing in those 5 districts, if you have account in those 5 districts, or you have complaint regarding any issue with those 5 districts, bank or branch, then in that particular case you have to register your complaint with the concerned ऑम्बुड्समैन ऑफिस. तो वो फाइंड आउट करना बहुत टफ था. अब अगर आपकी कंप्लेंट बैंकिंग ऑम्बुड्समैन के अगेंस्ट है या एनबीएफसी के ऑम्बुड्समैन को अपनी कंप्लेंट देनी है, तो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम थी. इन प्रॉब्लम्स को रिजॉल्व किया गया विद द हेल्प ऑफ इंटीग्रेटेड ऑम्बुड्समैन स्कीम. और इससे होगा क्या, which there was a delay in grievance redressal and inconsistent standards. So इन problems को resolve करने के लिए this unified ombudsman approach has been came up, single unified grievance redressal framework. ठीक है जी. Remember that inclusion of state and cooperative banks क्यों किया गया? Cooperative banks from a major segment, they form a major segment of rural and semi-urban banking in India, covering lakhs of depositors. So these banks, they were previously outside this coverage, but now they have also been included from October 2025 notification itself, and it will be effective from 1st of November 2025. Legislative backing की अगर मैं बात करूं, so the powers have been derived under Section 35 of Banking Regulation Act 1949, under which RBI has taken this step, and RBI has included the state cooperative banks as well as central cooperative banks. The next point is customer protection and financial inclusion. The inclusion of cooperative banks ensure rural depositors are protected, strengthening financial stability and trust. It aligns with the India's financial inclusion goals like Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, digital banking initiatives and whatnot. अब भैया ये जो नई अनाउंसमेंट है, इससे क्या फायदा होगा, कस्टमर्स को क्या फायदा होगा, ध्यान से सुनना. रूरल एंड अर्बन डिपॉजिटर्स, दे कैन नाउ डायरेक्टली फाइल कंप्लेंट्स विद आरबीआई if the bank's internal mechanism fails. Protection against issue such as incorrect debit, failed NEFT, IMPS, account closure disputes, lending grievances, they can be registered with the ombudsman. Cooperative banks, they must establish internal grievance redressal mechanism aligned with the RBI norms. और अगर आप फेल होंगे तो उस केस में RBI will come in the picture. RBI gains centralized oversight of complaints. Now it has also included or it has also covered the cooperative banks. ठीक है जी. तो न्यूज बड़ी छोटी थी, उसका मैंने इन एंड आउट आपको सारा कवर कर दिया, so that if a question is asked, you will be in a position to answer the question for sure in the examination. अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. Which of the following statement about the RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021 is correct? So keeping that in mind, state cooperative banks and central cooperative banks, they are now included and they will be the part of Integrated Ombudsman Scheme from 1st of November. From 1st of November 2025. Say yes or no. Is the first statement correct, guys? Give me yes or no in the comment section, please. Give me yes or no in the comment section, please. So that is absolutely correct. और इसके साथ साथ NBFCs which are authorized to accept deposit or have the customer interference with an asset size of greater than 100 crores, they will also be included under the same category. Non-scheduled primary cooperative banks with deposit greater than 100 crores are included. Housing finance companies are excluded exclusively, that is true. Credit information companies are also covered. True. Section 35A gives the power to RBI to do this. That is correct. So 1, 3, 4, 5. That means B option is absolutely correct because the second option is incorrect. ठीक है जी, समझ आ गया, क्लियर हो गया? कोई डाउट, कोई परेशानी है तो पूछ लो, अदरवाइज आई विल बी मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. चलिए अगले क्वेश्चन की ओर बढ़ते हैं. अगली जो हमारी न्यूज है दैट इज रिलेटेड टू ग्लोबल फिनटेक फेस्ट 2025. अगर आपको याद हो तो इससे रिलेटेड 3-4 बातें हम कर चुके हैं. सबसे पहली बात हमने की थी रिगार्डिंग पेपाल. सो पेपाल ग्लोबल हैज बीन लॉन्च एंड इट वाज लॉन्च ड्यूरिंग दिस ग्लोबल फिनटेक फेस्ट ओनली. नॉट ओनली दिस, वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट द न्यू subsidiary, the new subsidiary of NPCI, the fourth subsidiary of NPCI has also been announced during this global fintech fest only. तो मुझे लगा कि क्यों ना ये global fintech fest का एक ओवरव्यू आपको दे दूं ताकि अगर कोई क्वेश्चन यहां से बने so you will be in a position to answer it. समझ आ रहा है ना? What is the logic behind including this news? I hope it should be clear to you. एक और चीज बता दूं, अक्टूबर मंथ में पिछले 3 सेशंस में, दिस इज द थर्ड सेशन और फोर्थ सेशन मे बी फॉर द अक्टूबर मंथ, I am trying my level best to include those news which have a great probability to be asked in phase 1. जो न्यूज फेज 2 में पूछी जाएंगी उनको मैंने इनिशियली अभी इग्नोर किया, बट आफ्टर योर phase 2 examination, I will be including those news as well in these sessions only. इसीलिए the session has more news rather than a single news being discussed exclusively, because we are targeting phase 1 first. Later on, once you write the phase 1, I will be including the phase 2 relevant news from the October month as well. The Global FinTech Fest is not a first time event. It was initiated back in 2020, has evolved into one of the largest fintech conference globally, symbolizing India's leadership in digital finance and innovation. So over the years, the event has served as a platform for fintech startups, regulators, banks, and policymakers to collaborate on building an inclusive, AI-driven and innovation-centric financial ecosystem. So ये जो अब इस बार event हुआ, that was 2025 event, that was the 6th edition of this particular event, which was organized from 7th to 9th of October at Geo World Convention Center in Mumbai. Remember that Payment Council of India, representing the digital payment industry, was one of the organizers, along with NPCI as well as the FinTech Convergence Council, promoting policy level coordination among the fintech players. So who are the organizers of Global FinTech Fest? Remember, Payment Council of India. Payment Council of India के leadership को recently revise किया गया था. If you remember, we have discussed the names of the newly appointed chairman as well as vice chairman. If you can give me the answer, do write the names of their vice chairman and chairman in the comment section below. Second is the Umbrella Authority, NPCI. And the third one we have is FinTech Convergence Council, which are the regulators, which are the promoters or organizers of this particular event. What was the theme? So the theme was empowering finance for a better world powered by AI. Empowering finance for a better world powered by AI, augmented intelligence, innovation and inclusion. I repeat, augmented intelligence, innovation and inclusion. So this theme emphasized the integration of AI into financial system, aiming to enhance innovation, operational efficiency and financial inclusion, which should align with the India's digital public infrastructure vision. India's digital public infrastructure vision. That is absolutely correct, Yash Sharma. Sandeep Sikka and Vishal Kapoor are the, Sandeep Sikka is the chairman and Vishal Kapoor is the vice chairman of PCI, that is Payment Corporation of India. Now, if I talk about the key participants, it included Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, as well as the UK Prime Minister. They were also present during this event and they have given their keynote and showcasing the India's global structure or global financial position in the nation. First, what were the key launches? The first launch is Foreign Currency Settlement System, GIFT City. So what is this? Foreign Currency Settlement System was launched by none other than Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman ji. What was the purpose? Sir, enables real-time settlement of foreign currency transactions within GIFT IFSC, that is International Financial Service Center. तो ये क्या है? So basically, Nirmala Sitharaman ji, the Finance Minister of India, has launched Foreign Currency Settlement System, which is real-time system or real-time settlement system for foreign currency transactions, which will be done within the GIFT City, Gujarat, that is International Financial Service Center. Impact will be, sir, it will reduce the settlement time from 24 hours to just 30 seconds. Sir, it will avoid dependence on correspondent banking systems, which were earlier required for routing the overseas transactions. Standard Chartered Bank under this particular tie-up will be handling the USD clearance. What will be the significance? Sir, it will enhance India's financial autonomy, deepens offshore rupee and foreign currency market, and it will align with government's GIFT City development vision. So, pehla point, foreign currency settlement system has been introduced, which will allow real-time settlement of foreign currency transactions within GIFT IFSC. ठीक है जी, clear हो गया. Moving on to the second one. RBI's 4 new digital payment initiatives have been announced in collaboration with NPCI. The first one, UPI Help. UPI Help is what? So it is AI-based support system, which is based on NPCI's small language model trained on payment datasets. It will assist the users in transaction tracking, mandate management, as well as compliant resolution, aims to make customer service intelligent, conversational as well as automated. So this is very important what it says. So UPI Help, which is AI powered support system, has been promoted, has been launched, and it has been launched in collaboration with NPCI. Now with the help of UPI Help, you can manage all your queries, all your issues regarding UPI transactions. It will help you to track your transaction. It will help you to, as an organization, it will mandate your management, as well as it will help you, to fulfill the compliance, as well as it will help you to fulfill all the compliances which has been set by RBI and the other organizations. Clear, Aji? Is this point clear? Is this point clear? Shall I move on to the next point? Shall I move on to the next point? Give me yes, sir. Okay, moving on to the next point. What does the next point talks about? So the next point is related to payments with UPI. So what type of payments have been mentioned in this particular discussion? What type of payment has been mentioned? IoT. The word IoT has been written. So what does it basically means? Anyone can give me the answer. What is this IoT? No? Chalo, I'll help you to answer this question or understand this particular point. What does it basically says? So it is Internet of Things. Internet of Things का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या है? Sir, Internet of Things is basically a network of smart connected devices which can collect, exchange, and they can act upon data. So they can collect the data, they can exchange the data, and they can act upon data without requiring the human intervention. For example, you have smartwatches, fitness bands, you have smart refrigerators, TVs, or connected cars, voice assistant like Alexa, Google Home, they all are working on the same. So when these devices are linked with UPI, India's real-time payment platform, they will enable automatic as well as contextual and seamless payments. So what are IoT payments with UPI? So IoT payment with UPI extend UPI framework beyond homes or beyond phones to your smart devices that can initiate a transaction based on preset trigger or based on your voice commands. So this means your device themselves, they become the payment instrument. For example, connected car, then you say connected car pays automatically for fuel or EV charging via UPI when the vehicle reaches a charging station. Maybe a smart refrigerator detects low grocery, automatically order and pay the store through UPI. Or I would say your smart TV let you buy a movie subscription with a voice command and it will pay the funds through UPI. Or wearables, smartwatches, they will enable contactless UPI linked payments via QR or near field communication. That is a point. So how does it works? If I say in a very simple terms, I would say that first step is device authentication. So IoT devices such as car, watch or fridge is linked with the UPI, is linked with the user's UPI ID with the help of app or tokenization. Second is your trigger event. Trigger event is contextual trigger like location, sensor or voice activates the payment command. For example, the car's GPS detect entry into a toll plaza, automatically it will make the payment to the toll plaza from UPI. That is what is an example over here. So the device, third point is UPI request initiation. The device securely sends a payment instruction to a UPI infrastructure, that is NPCI. Then user authentication will be done through biometric, face or voice verification via device or linked phone app. And finally, the fifth step is instant payment will be done. So extend UPI to smart devices, enables contextual as well as voice or sensor triggered payments. That is what I was talking about. Clear हो गया जी? समझ आ गया? आगे बढ़े? ठीक. Moving on to the next point. The third point is Banking Connect. Banking Connect is developed by NPCI Bharat Bill Payment Limited. So it introduces interoperability in net banking, simplifying merchant onboarding and settlement, allows user to pay via any bank app without multiple logins. So this is very important. The next one we have is Banking Connect. I hope you remember we have discussed about Banking Connect recently. वो क्या न्यूज़ थी जिसके बारे में हमने बात किया था? Banking Connect को किससे लिंक किया गया था? For what purpose? Give me the answer, please. Give me the answer, please, in the comment section. Last class में ही, I guess, we have talked about this particular news. Give me the answer. Now we have Banking Connect. So what is this Banking Connect? If I give you the answer, सर ये बेसिकली एक नया इंटरऑपरेटेबल नेट बैंकिंग मोबाइल बैंकिंग या नेट बैंकिंग मोबाइल बैंकिंग सॉल्यूशन है जिसे लॉन्च किया गया बाय एनपीसीआई भारत बिल पे लिमिटेड अंडर द आरबीआई पेमेंट विजन 2025. So it basically aims to bring interoperability to internet and mobile banking transactions in such a way that merchant or payment aggregator and banks, they can connect more seamlessly behind the scenes. So essentially, instead of each merchant or aggregator having to integrate separately with each bank's net banking gateway, now Banking Connect offers basically a common integration point so that payment aggregator can access multiple banks via single interface. So that is basically the point which you need to remember, that is Banking Connect. The last point is UPI Reserve Pay. So it lets user block a portion of their credit card limit or pre-approved credit line for specified recurring or one-time payment, enhances credit link adoption and responsible spending. So UPI Reserve Pay is basically you can reserve certain amount in your credit card limit or maybe in your pre-approved credit line so that you can make a specified recurring payments or maybe the one-time payment which you want to do in the near future. Third point is Navi app innovation. So biometric payment enable fingerprints, facial recognition instead of UPI PIN. Reserve Pay allows users to block funds for controlled spending. EV recharge integration enables direct top-up for electric vehicle charging. Wallet streamlined UPI onboarding, fewer steps and instant verification to reduce drop-off. So this has been launched a new app that is known as, or new app innovations have been announced, and the name is Navi app. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next one, that is the global payment integration. So first one, UPI has been integrated with PayPal World, enables Indian users to make cross-border payments directly with the help of UPI. Revolt, which is a UK-based company, launched India platform integrating UPI and Visa, supporting domestic and international payments. PayU innovation, which include UPI Next Stack, faster merchant integration and improved reliability. Then we have TPAP Next, advanced interfacing supports mandates person-to-person transfer and autopay, as well as we have Wipmo intelligent authentication suite introduces biometric first identification, reducing the dependency on OTP. Then we have PhonePe initiatives. Smart Pod combines POS and smart speaker. Nothing new, चल रहा है अभी भी, यहाँ भी है, ठीक है. Wish credit card, that is basically given by Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, linked to the fixed deposit starting from 2000, earning interest while determining the credit limit. Then we have HDFC Bank initiative, Pitch for Business, My Business QR, which they called it as, powered by Viparify. And then we have startup collaboration. These announcements have been done. Along with that, if I give you a broader context, G20 Digital Economy Principles, India Presidency 2023 Legacy, Financial Inclusion Index goals have been tried to met with the help of this Global FinTech Hub, and RBI's Vision 2025 for payment system, e-payments for everyone, everywhere, every time, is also reinforced with the help of Global FinTech Hub. Global FinTech Hub. I hope you all know what is NPCI, you all know what is IoT now, you already know third-party application provider, we have discussed a number of times, and you are already aware of Gift City. Let's try to solve a question on the same. The question says, the foreign currency settlement system launched at Global FinTech Fest enables real-time rupee settlement with Gift City using NPCI. Rupee settlement, Gift City, क्या ये point सही है? क्या ये point appropriate है? Is all the statements correct? No, sir. First statement is absolutely wrong. It is basically for real-time foreign currency settlement, not INR settlement. So this is wrong. Moving on to the next one. UPI Reserve Pay allows users to block funds in pre-approved credit lines or credit limits for designated payments. That is true. Wibmo's intelligent authentication suite aims to replace OTP with the help of biometric identifications. That is correct. Revolt payment platform launched in India integrates with both UPI and Visa for domestic and international payments. That is correct. The theme of Global FinTech Fest focuses exclusively on artificial intelligence without inclusion, innovation. No, sir, that is not correct. It is along with artificial intelligence. We are focusing on inclusion as well. So answer is going to be only 2, 3, 4, which means B option is correct. ठीक है जी, clear हो गया. Moving on to the next news. The next news talks about WTO, that is World Trade Organization. So World Trade Organization has come up with Global Trade Outlook and Start update. So what is this news all about? World Trade Organization, which was founded in 1995, or I would say GATT was taken over as World Trade Organization. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. It is the global body which is governing the international trade rules among the nations. So it aims to ensure free, fair and predictable trade, monitor trade policies and resolve disputes between the member countries. I have given the information regarding the same. Director General, the first women and first African to head WTO. Global Trade Outlook Report. Please pay attention. Global Trade Outlook Report is WTO's flagship publication providing forward-looking insights on world trade growth, GDP predictions, as well as regional trade trends and sectoral performance. So the October 2025 update has been given, keeping in mind the volatile macroeconomic conditions, geoeconomic fragmentation, as well as technological disruptions which have happened in the past. Now, what all things have been revised? Please pay attention. First point is revised global merchandise trade growth projections. So global merchandise trade growth projections have been revised for the calendar year 2025. It has raised to 2.4% from 0.9% earlier in August 2025, which is a good increase, and it has been lowered to 0.5% in comparison to the previous estimate of 1.8%. What is the interpretation? The interpretation is there is upward revision for 2025 signals short-term resilience in global trade, but there is a sharp slowdown is expected in 2026, indicates demand softening due to tightening financial conditions and fading fiscal support. Second point is, what are the key drivers behind the growth? Front loading of US imports. So importers accelerated shipments before tariff hikes, boosting trade volumes temporarily, जिसकी वजह से you have witnessed this raise of 2.4%, but this is not a permanent raise. It has been only because भैया जैसी न्यूज आई कि टैरिफ बढ़ने वाला, लोगों ने जितना हो सकता था उतना ज्यादा इंपोर्ट कर लिया बिफोर द इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ हाइड टैरिफ, जिसकी वजह से इनिशियली ऐसा लग रहा है ग्लोबल लेवल पर दैट देयर इज अ मर्केंडाइज ट्रेड ग्रोथ, बट दैट इज नॉट एक्चुअली ट्रू. और नेक्स्ट कैलेंडर ईयर के लिए इट इज प्रोजेक्टेड ओनली 0.5%. नेक्स्ट इज AI related goods boom, rising global demand for semiconductors, servers, telecom equipments linked to AI infrastructure. They build out, surge in chips export from Taiwan, South Korea, as well as US. Third reason because of this merchandise growth is global disinflation trends, looser fiscal policy, and resilient consumption in emerging markets. Fourth point is emerging market strength. Asian economies, particularly India, Vietnam, Indonesia, they have witnessed strong expansion due to supply chain diversification that has also resulted in increase in merchandise growth. The next point is GDP projections. So if I talk about the GDP projection for current calendar year, GDP projection for the global level is 2.7%, and for next calendar year it is 2.6%, which has been reduced by 0.1%. It was earlier 2.7, now it has been reduced to 2.6%. If I talk about global service trade outlook, last year it was 6.8, this year it is 4.6, and next year it will be 4.4, which you need to remember. If I talk about the Asia and Africa, it is expected to record strongest export growth in 2025. Asia exports grew 10.4% year-on-year basis in the first half of 2025, highest among all the regions. Reason is very obvious, rising global demand for AI hardware, electronics and manufactured goods, and the answer is Taiwan and the other nations. If I talk about Europe, it has been facing slower growth due to weak consumer demand and industrial stagnation. North Korea projected decline in exports in 2026 following a temporary boost from the front-loading 2026 outlook. All regions are expected to experience weak import growths, reflecting softening global demand, as well as inventory corrections will be done at the global level. Clear, guys? If I give you the broader picture, it says geo-economic fragmentation, trade blocks, realigning US-China tech rivalry, European Union green industrial policy, as well as protectionist tendencies are impacting the global trade. AI and tech-led demand cycle, short-term trade boost from AI-related equipments, but potential overcapacity risk by 2026. And India's position, India continues to show above average trade and GDP growth, supported by production linked incentive scheme, service exports, as well as digital infrastructure. So this is the broader aspect of the same. Now let's conclude it with the question. What does the question says? WTO has raised the global merchandise trade growth forecast for the calendar year 2026 while revising 2025 prediction downwards due to slowdown in the AI related goods demand. क्या ये सही है point? ध्यान से देखो. Is this point correct? It's wrong, sir. It is opposite. जो लिखा है उसका opposite हुआ है. ये सही नहीं है. Next is Asia recorded the highest year-on-year export growth of over 10% in the first half. That is true. Global service export is projected to decline consistently from 6.8% to 4.6 and then to 4.4. That is also correct. Updated reports attribute part of 2025 trade growth to front loading of imports in the US ahead of tariff hikes. That is true. Global GDP forecast is projected to rise from 2.6% to 2.7%, driven by robust consumption recovery in advanced economies. नहीं sir, advanced economies में consumption नहीं बढ़ा. It is all because of the specific sector related targets which have been achieved. ठीक है जी, क्लियर होगी ये बात? समझ आ गया? समझ आ गया? तो अगर मैं बात करूं वैसे भी ये जो डेटा है दैट शुड बी रिवर्स, सो आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी ओनली 2, 3, 4. चलो, मूविंग ऑन टू द लास्ट न्यूज. लास्ट मेरे पास 3 न्यूज है एंड ऑल 3 न्यूज दे आर very much important with respect to your phase 1 scenarios. First one, HDFC India launches HSBC India launches HSBC Innovation Banking Platform. So what is this? HSBC, that is Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, has launched HSBC Innovation Banking Platform in Mumbai, Maharashtra. This initiative marks HSBC's major step towards supporting India's startup and innovation ecosystem. So under this initiative, HSBC committed $1 billion in non-dilutive debt funding to startups across all stages from seed funding to pre-IPO preparation. तो ये पॉइंट क्या कहता है? सर HSBC ने कमिट किया that they will be investing $1 billion in non-dilutive debt funding. What is this non-dilutive debt funding? Any idea? Any idea, guys? सुना ये वर्ड पहले कभी? नहीं, मैं बताता हूं. इस वर्ड का मतलब क्या? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इसे समझना. नॉन डाइल्यूटिव फंडिंग basically means raising capital without giving up equity or ownership in your company. So when the company is raised through debt instruments, loans, debentures, credit lines, it is called non-dilutive debt funding. That means you are borrowing the funds or you are raising the funds, but you are not diluting your equity. What are the key features? So platform will be HSBC Innovation Banking. It will be non-dilutive debt funding, meaning startups can raise funds without giving up their equity or ownership. Fund size will be approximately 8,300 crores or $1 billion. Platform head will be Dilip Gopinath. Who will be heading this platform? Dilip Gopinath will be heading this. Global network, over 900 innovation banking experts across major technology hubs globally will be the part of this decision-making authorities. HSBC Innovation Banking operates in US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Israel, continental Europe, Hong Kong, mainland China, and now it will be working in India as well. Significance in Indian context: India is home to over 1,15,000 plus startups, 110 plus unicorns, making it the third largest startup ecosystem globally after US and China. तो इंडिया जैसी कंट्री के लिए this fund is a bliss. The launch supports India's Startup India This launch will support India's Startup India, Make in India mission. The focus is they are not asking for your equity, rather they will be providing you the funds without taking up the equity of the companies. So this news is very important. Please pay attention. It provides flexibility, ensures founder control. एक तो flexibility मिल गई, founder का control रहेगा, protects equity value. So this move comes at a time when venture capital funding in India has slowed down due to global economic uncertainties. According to Traction 2025, startup funding in India dropped 35% year-on-year basis in early 2025, making debt-based funding mechanism crucial for continuity of growth. तो यहाँ पर already India में जो startup funding थी, that has reduced. अब उसको support करने के लिए HSBC has come forward with HSBC Innovation Hub, which has been launched, or Innovation Banking, which has been launched in India. Got it? Is it clear? Got it? Is it clear? Give me yes, sir. Moving on to the second news. The second news is Pramerica Life partners with Equitas Small Finance Bank. So in October, Pramerica Life Insurance Limited enter banca insurance partnership with Equitas Small Finance Bank. It will be a banca insurance partnership. Two parties will be involved. Coverage will be 18 Indian states. Focus region will be Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. Products will be life insurance, unit linked insurance plan, microfinance linked insurance, and loan protection plan. So basically in order to provide insurance facilities to the public, Equitas Small Finance Bank will be issuing the insurance policies of Pramerica Life Insurance Limited to its customers. We call this tie-up as a banca insurance, which we have started in the past itself. Moving on to the third tie-up, that is Air India partners with Starlux Airlines to enhance India-Taiwan connectivity. So this news is not basically from finance. It is not basically from finance. It is a part of general awareness news. But still, ये एक ऐसी न्यूज़ है जब एग्जाम में आती है तो समझ नहीं आता कहाँ से आई है, तो पढ़ लेना. मैंने आपके रेफरेंस के लिए ये न्यूज़ भी यहाँ पर दे दी है. क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं. First point says HSBC India launched its innovation banking platform with a commitment of $1 billion in equity funding for Indian startups. Is it equity funding? No, sir. It is debt funding, not equity funding. Partnership aims to support startups across all stages from seed funding to IPO preparation under the leadership of Dilip Gopinath True. Pramerica Life Insurance Banca Insurance partnership with Equitas Small Finance Bank to expand access across 18 states, aligning with Insurance for All 2047 vision. That is true. Air India partners with Starlux Airlines, enable single ticket itineraries connecting India, Taiwan through Southeast Asian gateways such as Hong Kong and Kuala Lumpur. That is correct. HSBC Innovation Banking Initiative is India's specific? No, sir. It is already present in US, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong. So it's not India specific. So answer is going to be 2, 3, 4. These are the correct statements. ठीक है जी, clear हो गया? So that will be all from my side, guys. SEBI Grade A notification, short notification is out, and our crash course has been launched. If you have yet not subscribed to our platform, go and join Testbook Super Coaching Super Pack, with the help of which you can prepare for SEBI, NABARD, IRDA, and even RBI Grade A, which will be coming in near future. Use the code MADHAV in order to enjoy maximum discount. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Catch you all soon. Good luck. Bye-bye. Take care. शाम को 7 बजे जुड़ना मत भूलिएगा, because today's session is going to be really very important. आज के session से काफी questions you can expect in your upcoming examination. Thank you so much. Good luck. God bless you all.